What is up, guys? Welcome to The Offside, where we talk about the best moments in soccer. Football, foosball, futebol, futbolito,
Soccer.
calcio, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I'm Mitzvan,
Jerry. And I am Jose.
Hello.
and the World Cup is here. It's been going on for a while now. What was it, like 2 weeks?
3 weeks now?
3 weeks?
3 weeks already.
And,
I think Thursday's
we're-
going to be 3 weeks.
As of today, July 4th. Happy July 4th, guys. Happy July 4th.
Happy July 4th.
We ended the what round?
Round of 16.
Round of 16.
Yeah.
So
now we're in top 8.
Yeah, we're gonna backtrack a little bit.
Yeah.
What have been this World Cup has been insane, has been crazy. What have been the most special crazy moments you guys think? One of the ones you can think. Leave the juicy ones for the end. Let's start slow, start little.
Do you want to talk like pre-World Cup? Like who didn't qualify to begin with?
Okay, we can touch on that a little bit.
Yeah. I think just to give background, like I said on the World Cup, just because it's been so crazy. I already had the impression that this World Cup was kind of just going to be insane and different in its own way, just because of who was left out and who came in. So, like, for example, Holland didn't even qualify.
Mhm.
Italy somehow, after 50 years, didn't even make it to a World Cup, which is insane.
50?
Yeah, it was 50
long
years.
time, man.
Goddamn.
It's been a while. So that's 2 teams that didn't make it. Another notable team.
Well, Argentina almost didn't make it.
Yeah, De Milagro they
Yeah,
made
we
it on the
barely
last
made
day.
it.
Because of Messi.
But,
Back-to-back South American champions, Chile. Ni lo logró.
Chile,
Didn't
that
make
was
it.
that was a big surprise.
That was a big surprise too.
And yeah,
The U.S., I guess not as big of a surprise, but more for CONCACAF and for all of us that are used to
See,
seeing
you always expect to see US, even though
Yeah.
Well, I think you're
At least
saying
in our era.
Yeah,
they
Yeah,
haven't-
in our lifetime.
the last time they didn't go was like 30 years ago.
Before 1990 was the first time they qualified.
1990 was the first time they qualified since like the 50s.
Right.
Yeah,
It's a big thing.
beat
It's a big
England
thing.
in 1950.
Yeah.
Weren't they like third place in the 50s?
The first World Cup they came.
Yeah.
They've been.
Third, fourth place with like a bunch of
I think
just
every-
immigrants,
yeah.
but
So all that happened, but so okay, the cup starts, and instantly I think the biggest surprise was Russia taking a big fat
shit on
shit
Saudi
on
Arabia.
Saudi
Yeah,
Arabia.
I think that's the best way.
Sorry,
of putting
Saudi Arabia
it. Yeah.
watchers, but
No, we love Saudi Arabia, but yeah, I think it was a surprise for all of us.
yeah,
Yeah.
what was it 5-0?
5-0.
5-0.
2-3 goalazos you can think
Yeah.
of. Shevchev, volley,
Jerry
free kick.
destroy them. I think it's the highest scoring opening.
I think
World
it
Cup
is.
match,
Yeah.
something like that.
The thing is, I wasn't even expecting the opening game to be that entertaining.
I mean,
'Cause then it
No,
was like
it was good. It was good.
For the first game of the World Cup, it was like at 7 a.m. and I was like, for us anyways, and I was thinking,
What was the last World Cup?
I
Very few
remember,
goals last.
South Africa and Brazil.
I remember you guys
No,
had the
yeah,
opening game
Brazil
against South
and-
Africa.
in Brazil and Croatia.
Yeah. Was that? I don't
They're
know.
opening
That was
game.
like 2-1.
And they opened up with an own goal.
Yeah.
Marcelo.
Oh, that's right. They broke the.
Oh yeah, it did.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Croatia started winning that game.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I remember you guys opened the World Cup against South Africa, and that was like
South
2-2.
Africa. 1-1.
1-1.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
No, but I think this one was by far more entertaining.
Yeah.
Maybe not for Saudi Arabia.
They exceeded my
but
expectations.
For the rest of the world, it was
I mean,
no, for
way
sure.
better.
The odds were on Russia's favor, but you just didn't expect them
Yeah.
to.
But it started.
roll.
It started the World Cup on a high note.
No,
And I think ever since then, it hasn't really stopped. It's been like, to me, like it's been way crazier than the last World Cup in sense of like goals and like drama and like all that stuff. Like it's been like insane,
But if you think about it, I think that World Cup set everything else perfectly because that's like a high scoring game, and that was like one team that went really offensive all out, and I think that's kind of
Well,
the
it
theme
said
of-
like the standard, right? Almost
Yeah.
Kind of like the.
and I think that kind of reflects the tournament
Yeah,
itself because if you think about it now, looking back, we really haven't even seen all that many clean sheets. Every game has almost been there's almost been a
Well,
goal.
Argentina had a clean.
We'll talk about that.
We'll get there.
Yeah,
We'll get there, bro.
we'll
Chill,
get
chill,
there,
chill,
don't worry.
chill,
Oh
chill.
my God.
But yeah, there haven't been any clean sheets. I can't think of one.
The only one I can think of was Denmark and France was 0-0, but they're already qualified out of the group.
Uruguay has had clean sheets.
Oh yeah.
But like a game where there hasn't been at least a single goal scored.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
yeah,
like 0-0.
I think France Denmark was France Denmark.
That's right, France, right? Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was the
yeah,
only
that's the only
0-0
one.
game. over
Oh,
the
yeah,
World Cup. Everything else has been 1-1 and stuff, but yeah, like every game has almost been a goal, at least from one of the team. Yeah, so I mean it's been great, and I like that because I'm all
Yeah.
offense. I'm like I just want to see goals.
Yeah, well,
And I've
especially
seen
in the World
goals.
Cup, I think in the last World Cup it was a little bit more defensive. You know, everybody's a little more
Yeah.
careful, and here it's been way more offensive. If you notice.
Yeah,
And well, ironically
Definitely.
enough, the teams that have been good on the defense have lasted the longest too.
Exactly.
So it's not just about attacking. There is a time for that, but also the teams that have had good defense are the ones that have
Yeah, exactly.
lasted.
I think that's a big thing with the World Cup too.
Have done the best so far.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of it too. A little bit of this World Cup too has been. I don't know why, but I feel, and this might be me feeling this way, but I feel like some of the teams that have played better have been the teams that have lost or maybe have not gotten the result that they deserved.
Like how?
Because I know Morocco, right?
Right.
I liked Morocco. I mean, they didn't get out the group, but I like how Morocco played better. I think in all three games. I remember the game against what was it, Iran. They played better than Iran, and Iran won it off an own goal from Morocco. And
Oh yeah.
Peru, for example, played better than Denmark. Peru lost.
But
Yeah.
went home.
And then there's a bunch of other games we can go for later.
Peru,
But
man, let's talk about Peru. They
Yeah.
what was it like? Was it the first time? in the
first World Cup in 32
World Cup.
years. So this was also a World Cup of
Yeah.
like a lot of teams debuting or coming back after a long time.
78, 74.
1982.
Still played.
1982.
Damn.
Yeah.
I heard. I don't know if it's true, but I heard somebody was telling me that people from Peru actually sold like lands, like their land and like
Yeah.
a house or something. Like
I heard
that
they
to
sold
be
their
able
houses
to fly to Russia.
To get tickets.
Feels
for
bad,
the
man.
World
I'm
Cup.
sorry for you
Pretty
guys,
wild.
but I mean, it shows you the passion that there
Yeah.
is to go see your team. You know.
Yeah, but after waiting, what, 36
But,
years
yeah, I
for
mean,
a
if you
World
never
Cup,
seen
I can kind of
World Cup,
understand.
yeah. Also for Panama, like they were the first time in the World Cup, right?
Yeah, their first World Cup.
Ever,
And
yeah.
I think that like some of the anchors, I don't know you guys saw the videos, like anchors like crying.
I did see
Over
that.
Celebrating a goal,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Oh, just
Anything
to
but
see like their anthem being played on TV. Like,
Yeah,
that's
I did
pretty
see
good.
that.
That's
Pretty amazing, you know. Like,
Yeah, I did see that. It was cool though. They brought a different experience to the World Cup. I'm happy for them, and you know,
and they got
we saw the thing that happened
they
with
got their
England, but
goals.
you know, they got their goal.
yeah, they got their goals.
They got their goal.
So,
They heard their
I think
anthem.
like 2 goals or something. Or,
Yeah, too.
Yeah.
You know, for them it's everything, you know. And they're been to one, so.
Yeah,
well, now they have the
They say
experience.
they have to
so-
score one World Cup. It's
Especially for a lot of their popular players,
Yeah,
they're pretty
yeah.
much a generation that knows it's only
Yeah.
be the only opportunity they got.
Yeah. So it's pretty awesome.
So teams that are disappointed, I think, in the group stages.
Well,
We'll start with
Group way,
yeah. What was,
Group A.
what was Group A? Who was in Group A?
it was Uruguay, Russia,
Uruguay,
Egypt,
Russia,
and Saudi Arabia.
Egypt.
I think well, Saudi Arabia, they did great. They did a fantastic job. No, they definitely didn't do good at all.
Well, they won their last game.
They got the last one. They probably begged for mercy from the prince. They're probably all dead now. I don't know, but Egypt, I think was. I mean, I don't want to blame it on Salah. It wasn't his fault. He came from the injury, thanks to what's his asshole name? Ramos.
I think his name is Sergio Ramos. Yeah,
Say it wrong.
some Spanish player
So
that plays
yeah,
for Madrid.
some,
yeah,
some player. So unfortunately, we didn't see the best of Salah. I think.
Yeah.
I think the whole world wanted to see Egypt.
we were kind of robbed of that opportunity to see Salah.
Yeah.
Especially for all of us that I think that saw from how far he's come from Chelsea, Fiorentina, and see him have that breakout year in Liverpool, and we thought, man, if he can carry that to the World Cup, it'd be amazing. And I think also
since the Champions League final, we haven't been able to see like
Yeah.
we want to
Yeah.
see like the Salah
Thanks
like
to that Spanish player.
that Spanish player.
That guy that.
he shall not be named. Yeah, but so yeah, Egypt was a disappointment. Who
Yeah.
else? What's Group B? Who was Group B?
Group B was I don't remember.
It's not Spain and Spain's group, right?
Oh, Spain,
Spain,
Portugal.
Spain, Portugal. That was a crazy ass.
Yeah.
That was
That's
a
a crazy
cra-
group.
That's the,
That was a good
I
group.
would say I
That
was
was
a
a
little
good group.
slightly disappointed in the performance of Spain and Portugal itself, especially
Yeah.
in that
Okay.
match. I mean,
in that match.
and just in their matches within, I mean, the
In
first
Portugal.
match against
Else.
Spain and Portugal was
Yeah.
probably the best opening game.
Yeah, yeah.
The game I mean
Yeah,
was
yeah.
pretty
That was
Amazing.
crazy. And the
Ronaldo
match
was
was
on
intense
fire.
match.
Ronaldo was
But the
very
momentum just
fun.
didn't carry on for both of them, at least not
Yeah.
in.
See, Spain went out to
Like,
struggle. They struggled so much. Spain. They played well, but they just couldn't find the net. They did.
Yeah.
I don't
It didn't
know.
help that they fired their manager.
And then
too.
that, of
Right.
course-
Oh, yeah. Let's talk
The-
about
the
that.
Manager,
Let's
oh
talk
my
about
God.
that for a second. What's the name from Spain? The president? Do you remember?
Something Rubiales.
Rubiales. I think
Rubiales.
Rubiales has to be one of the stupidest dumbasses in the history of the game.
No, agreed. Yeah.
He fired Lopetegui, the
Julian
The
Lopetegui.
previous coach.
the previous coach from Spain, because he signed with Real Madrid. Now I'm not saying what he did was right. I think it's not the moment for that.
Yeah.
I also think that you shouldn't fire him right the day before, on the eve of the World Cup.
Yeah, especially
2 days before.
I think that was a hard
especially
hit for
because
him.
he was doing so well with Spain. He was doing such a great job with Spain.
Yeah, well, he brought Spain back up
Yeah.
from
A huge
Del
generation
Bosque.
change.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
Yeah.
did very well, and then you just
and
fire
that's,
him.
that's the
So
worst time
stupid.
to change somebody.
So stupid.
Who does it on the eve of the
We
World
should
Cup?
fire him. Fucking retarded.
Yeah,
I think
he
he's
should.
so stupid,
Should be
man.
I
fired.
think he should be already be fired. Because I
You
think
can tell Spain plays so different in the qualifiers versus the World Cup.
Yeah.
And there's
Yeah.
that coach change.
Yeah.
And I think
that fucked him up psychologically.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
mean, you got to think about it. This was a coach that, for 2 years, he kind of was able to kind of bring that spark back
Yeah.
from Spain. You saw them in the qualifiers.
Yeah.
They played great. I still remember the game that Spain had against Italy in the Bernabeu. They played great, man, and I thought
Against
we were going to
Argentina, they
against
played
Argentina
incredible. And he was able to incorporate the new generation with the old.
and
perfectly,
find
I
that
think.
perfect
Yeah,
blend.
Exactly.
And I think that's why they had him as we had Spain as such a big favorite to win it because we
Yeah.
saw that potential. They were doing well leading up to it. And this whole Lopetegui thing,
Stupid.
getting fired, just
yeah.
messed up everything up. Because I mean, it's one thing being able to know what to do, but like when you don't have that leader, that coach that can kind of put everything together and that's already built that chemistry and relationship over the last 2 years, it fucks everything up.
Yeah.
Hierro did a good job. I mean, he did what he
He
could.
did what he could, but I don't think
Not
he
his fault,
never
right?
coached like an international team.
Mm.
No.
So I don't know what makes you think that's a good idea to fire your
Like
main
Spain came
coach
into
for-
this already kind
Right
of
before the World
conditioned.
Cup, man.
Yeah, it's retarded. I mean, I don't know what else.
I mean, it does give the players like a free pass because I mean, they kind of played god awful. I mean,
Yeah, well, I mean,
because you kind of do expect them, even without the coach, you expect them to. do
right. I
better.
mean, they have the experience, especially for
the
for
talent,
Yeah.
Isco, Asensio,
They have incredible-
Piqué.
Yeah,
talent.
I think they
Perfect
overcomplicated
talent.
themselves a lot.
They dug themselves a hole before the tournament started. And
Yeah.
I think you can say that about Spain and not about all the other teams.
Right.
Especially again, they got World Cup winners, and all these motherfuckers that we see in Spain, we see them beasting for Barca and Real Madrid
They're
winning
world-class
Champions League
players.
over this last
Everywhere.
decade.
So, Real,
But they couldn't really-
whatever, please.
Yeah, and they couldn't put it together.
The
Right.
squad
They went-
is incredible.
They went from winning the Champions League with Real Madrid like a month ago, and a lot of these guys couldn't cut it
Yeah.
Yeah.
these last 3 weeks of
So
Spain.
okay, so what do you think
but-
was the one factor with Spain that affected them, or
Primarily, them firing the coach, and I think as much as I thought this coming into the tournament, but I think the one weakness that they had is as great as their goalkeeper, defense, and midfield is, even though I think Costa, Rodrigo, and Aspas are good strikers, none of them like stand out to me like over the other, because
Yeah.
they don't have that thing that I remember like David Villa or
don't
Fernando
have that
Torres,
punch,
is,
you know?
where they're like
Yeah.
you can say, oh, this is like a world class striker,
Yeah, yeah.
because I don't think they've had that since Villa and
No,
Torres.
they haven't.
I mean, Costa, if you can want to judge him by his club, by what he's done about Atletico de
well, close to the
Madrid,
beast, so
but his
yeah.
How you know that
His
he did it?
transition
He
from
doesn't-
Spain.
He's definitely not a possession style player. He's
Yeah.
more like long
Yeah.
ball, physically get in there
Exactly.
and score.
Yeah.
You know?
And Villa wasn't like
But
that.
it was more within the Mastokiti.
You remember the last one when they won the World Cup?
Yeah.
Villa was clutch. He scored
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
goals for them. Like
Yeah.
that's what
true.
I think. That's what they missed.
I think
too.
you're right. I think
Yeah.
they're missing that striker that makes the difference because they have the defense. They have even the defense. They did allow quite a few goals this time, but they had
The
that
first game.
and they had the
They have arguably the
yeah.
best goalkeeper in the world.
yeah, and the mid is like
Incredible
They have the
midfield.
most academic in the world.
Yeah.
To me,
and
Yeah, the mid is
and,
incredible.
and even with that, you're missing on the top. You know, so
I think the only mid that can rival Spain is Germany.
I think Germany
Don't
and
Yeah.
Spain have the
Maybe
no,
France.
no other midfield comes close
Yeah.
to
I
that.
think France too.
France.
And in terms of
maybe
depth,
maybe
youth,
France.
and
Maybe
quality,
France. But I still don't think it's.
consistency. They're
Yeah.
pretty, that's
Yeah,
yeah.
hard. I mean, I also didn't help.
I would
mean,
put France right below those two.
Yeah.
The mid.
So what's another thing that surprised.
Possession style football is coming to an end. This
Possession style
Yeah.
football definitely did not work. We saw it with Spain. We saw it happen with
Kind of
Germany.
factor
We
why
saw
they
it
didn't work for
happen
Spain.
with who else suffered from this?
I think it's safe to say that tiki taka might be dead.
Yeah. I mean,
I think it's starting to come
this
back.
I- you know, I
But
think-
to be honest, to me, what they play now is not tiki taka. It's
Yeah,
it's
I
just
think-
possession.
It's
I
not
think-
tiki taka,
Tiki-taka
but
was
it's definitely
different.
possession
because
style.
what-
It's possession, yeah.
I think one thing is to have possession, which a lot of teams can have,
Yeah.
but tiki-taka is something else.
Tiki taka I only saw
Mm.
once
Yeah.
once in my life and never again.
That's because it came during a time where no one really knew what to do with it.
Exactly, but it was
Against
play,
it.
but it was played so much better,
Yeah.
so much faster.
When you play it
More
well
precise.
and you have the right play, and especially
They would do it in the area. It was crazy.
another big problem with that type of play is that if you just press up, you know, and like that's all you do the whole game, it's very difficult. You know, teams have learned that if you're good at parking the bus, they're not gonna let you. You know,
Spain-
it's
Spain
we see
suffered
it.
with
We
that.
see it in La
Spain
Liga every
suffered.
day with Barca.
Yeah.
Barca, that's their special. They like to press up. Even for them, it's difficult. They can find a way because they have the players to do it, but even for them, it's difficult. And even
Yeah.
it pisses me off when they do it all the time.
yeah,
You know.
yeah.
In this World Cup, we've seen more openness, and the teams that have done more counterattacks
It's been
have been.
counterattack
It's
has
been just like back and
dominance,
forth. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And-
it's been crazy.
And it's like going back to what I was saying, like Spain's had the possession, but they haven't had
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That's been
The
They
their
haven't
punch.
had. They've had.
It's like you said, the
Exactly,
punch,
the
yeah.
punch. They like and they
Yeah.
struggle with that. Like these smaller teams have mastered, for lack of a better term, parking the bus or defending. But you have to get
Well-
to them because
well, yeah.
it's not easy to
Not
do
saying
that.
it's a bad thing.
It's not easy
because
to do
you
that,
gotta
you
play
know?
to your strengths.
Exactly. They
We
want
got-
to win
look.
too. They want to win too. So
Yeah.
that's what they do best. And it's
Well, it's like what
Russia
happened.
and
That's what happened with like Iceland and Argentina.
yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Iceland, they parked the bus in Argentina, and you can't complain because like what else are they gonna do? Like
Yeah.
they didn't want to lose it either. You know, like
Yeah.
they had to do what.
I think that's one thing that this World Cup has had too, that we're starting to see more teams doing that parking the bus counter-attack style and accept that and know that that's what they're good at,
Mhm.
and we're not gonna be embarrassed by it because we're playing to our strengths. So if that's how we're gonna win, we're gonna win.
Yeah.
You said Iceland. Iran is another team that I can think of.
Iran,
Oh my
my God.
God.
Iran,
That's
which was
Iran.
frustrating.
The last World Cup, it was the same thing with that team. Right?
Iran, they're,
Yeah.
they're,
Oh my
good. At, they're
God.
good as fuck.
But they-
I mean-
yeah, they frustrated the hell out
You
of
know, but then so do you blame them or do you blame the other team that keeps pressing them up? Like
I
you,
don't-
you need to have them come out too.
I don't know.
That's
To me,
why.
I don't know, to
That's
me-
why they have to pick and choose their moments. Like you said, if you can frustrate a team enough, even when they have possession, they're bound to make mistakes,
Now,
and they just got to be clinical enough to just fuck
will
you
they
up on
one
one
day
counter.
figure out how to break this parking the bus? Like they figure out how to break tiki taka.
Yeah,
The bigger teams
well, of
eventually
course.
find a way to kind of neutralize this thing.
I don't know.
I don't know
To-
how.
to
I don't
me,
know. I don't know how.
I mean, we can go back 8 years ago and 10 years ago. Like I think we said the same thing about tiki taka. It's like, who's gonna stop this? There's like Barca's unstoppable with this, and then you've had teams like Inter or like
Chelsea.
counter attack, or even us like counter attack, parking the bus. Like there's always gonna be methods, ways that other different styles of football can beat the other style of football. There is no perfect way to play football.
Well,
We might like one style of play. Like I like possession style.
Yeah.
But just because I like possession and someone's playing parking the bus, and I don't like it, but if they beat you like that, I have to accept it. Like
I mean, yeah, because there's
you won.
there's
you
no set
earned
way
it.
to play the game. You know?
Yeah. Besides, I think.
If I was Iran, and that's the only thing I can do,
Yeah.
I want to win the World Cup. I'm gonna do it. You know.
Yeah.
You do what you can. I
Exactly.
guess.
Yeah.
It's fucking annoying sometimes.
And I think that's what.
It's not beautiful football, but
Yeah.
But I mean,
you gotta win, right? You gotta win.
It's
You
worked.
wanna
It's
win.
worked. It's worked.
You want the
it's
World
worked.
Cup, you gotta win. So.
Yeah.
Definitely made teams like Spain and Portugal struggle that whole tournament.
Yeah.
So what's the next group?
Or
Group
wasn't it?
C.
C. Who's in Group C?
France group.
I think it was France's group.
France, Australia.
France, Australia, Peru,
Denmark.
and Denmark.
Yes.
What do you guys think of
Well,
that group?
France. France, even though they passed, they didn't perform at the level I thought they would. I think they struggled, especially against Australia. They tied Denmark. How much did they beat Peru?
They drew. Well, no, that game against Denmark, they actually drew.
What
They
else?
drew
0-0.
against Denmark. They beat Australia.
They beat
2-1,
Australia
2-1.
2-1.
And Peru.
Australia was playing pretty
Peru
good.
wasn't a big gap either. That wasn't that many goals.
No. That's where I told you
2-0.
Peru was doing good against
Yeah.
France, but
So France,
You
you know, they were expected to pass. They haven't played at their potential, given the squad that they have.
Actually, I remember now. I remember the France Australia game because that game was.
That was a hard game for France. France barely won that game.
That was the game when we first
Yeah.
saw VAR.
Yeah.
Oh, with
Yeah.
Yeah, which is one of the big things of this World Cup too. The VAR.
Yeah, the
Oh,
VAR.
VAR has been a big game changer.
Chad, it's a good thing
We got introduced to this.
Yeah.
Oh, this fucking shit. This is the new thing for everybody.
That's the new thing now.
Everybody's
Oh,
gonna do that
that's-
shit.
We're gonna start doing this now.
Yeah, it's just, and any doubt, just doesn't matter. Like
That's why we're gonna start shouting it at the bars. Everything. You got VAR?
Yeah.
We got introduced to that to VAR.
Do you
We're
guys like
kind of
VAR? Do you think VAR is necessary? Do you think
It's
it's changed
good.
the game?
You know what? They can do it better, but it's good. You know what?
I mean, I like it. I mean,
I like
Yeah,
you know.
I think
It
it's
can,
added a
it can
new-
fuck up your
us-
it can fuck up your
it has a
team,
new dynamic.
but
to
you know,
the-
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it makes it more
I
fair.
think it's done more good than harm.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I like
It was long overdue, I think.
Yeah.
Because we've been saying that we've needed something like this for the
Yeah.
longest.
Well, you see how many?
how many teams got eliminated in previous World Cup?
Yeah,
It's almost
they're like they didn't need to.
Okay,
go.
Mexico needed that last World Cup.
That would have helped a lot. Yeah.
many World Cups.
Yeah.
Sorry,
England.
Puto de Robin, man.
Yeah.
I remember the last World Cup with the final with Alemania and Argentina.
Yeah. That would have helped us too. When Neuer
That would have helped you.
destroy Higuain.
It would have helped a lot of teams in many different
Situations
situations in
against
World Cup.
Holland.
Yeah.
There's a lot of teams.
What needs to be changed with VAR? What do you guys think needs to be?
A lot of things.
I feel like they haven't really clearly said under what circumstances or situations does VAR need to be implemented. Because it's iffy. Because it seems like every referee
It's up to him.
uses VAR differently from the other
think
referee.
I think the rules it's up to the
It's
ref
the ref's call.
Yes.
to do it.
And I think that, for example, if there's a foul in the area, they should check the VAR every time. Always.
Every time?
It shouldn't be up to the ref.
So it doesn't matter what happens.
If it's a foul that is okay, it's any tackle in the area, they should check.
any like hit,
But I don't think they should stop the game. I mean, they got people in control rooms checking on that VAR
Exactly.
throughout the whole game. I mean, they should be able to notify the ref.
Or yeah, maybe that would be better,
Yeah.
be more
Or
effective.
maybe
you
have
know?
another official who can.
Which, well, isn't that what they're
Check
doing
it.
though? Aren't they doing that? Like they're constantly checking the.
Yeah, they're always constantly VAR,
Yeah.
but it's
I
always
don't
up
know.
to the
I
refs.
don't
to
know.
But
check.
there-
It doesn't seem like they're fucking.
But there were some
constantly
calls that they didn't check.
checking. I know. It's,
Or maybe
What the fuck?
people in the room didn't give a fuck about the call, and it made no sense.
they feel
Even with VAR, they fucked up in a few decisions.
that's crazy.
Because there's another
Like,
thing too. Even with
I-
VAR, one referee can interpret a play differently than another ref
Right.
can under
and,
VAR.
and they can disagree on it.
Yeah.
And I guess and ultimately. It's
So
like,
VAR doesn't
is
make
it like,
it
is
perfect.
is it decision based? It's like what, like 3 people, 4 people?
It's like a camera room with like 4 people.
Does the ref have this final say, or it's?
I assume they're.
He has the
The
final
ref,
say.
I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has the final say.
And does he
And
have-
I think they have to tell him on the headset
What they
if-
think?
what they think. If there's a play, and then I think the referee, he kind of talks to him like, hey, does this need to be VAR'd? Or I just made up a word. But
Yeah,
anyways, like,
VAR'd.
hey, do I check on this? Or
VAR.
and I think they tell him, yeah, you need to
This needs
check
to
on
be-
this.
Doesn't need.
But we
Does it
do,
need to-
we really don't know. Like, I am still kind of confused by it. But it's good that it's implemented, and I think,
Yeah.
I'm,
We've
I'm,
needed
I'm
it,
sure it's on the FIFA website. which
and
is
it's also,
fucking busy,
I think,
so-
made
Yeah.
this World Cup a lot more clean and fair.
Yeah.
Because there's been a lot less controversy.
Yeah,
because of it.
I think
Compared to
so.
2014.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
And
a
2010.
lot less controversy.
What about
Yeah.
what about flopping? Should be
Okay,
used
okay, let's talk about that
to
shit.
prevent floppers.
Okay, I think VAR needs to stop fucking around. They need to start getting
Punishing
after the
floppers.
floppers.
I agree with.
Yeah.
all
Should
you
we
guys.
mention Neymar? Neymar, like,
Pepe. Like he got shot in the shoulder. And
Jerry
shit.
Mina 2000 had like. a
I've heard
flop.
about that one. I didn't see that one.
I mean, like, to me, if the cameras are on you, if VAR is looking at this,
Yeah.
and somebody flops, and it's a clear flop, I would tell the ref, hey, like, this motherfucker right here, he's acting like a bitch, he's flopping, give him a card, you know?
I don't understand
Punish
why
him
they
for
book
that.
more players for
It
it.
makes the whole sport look bad.
Yeah.
And so many
Yes.
people have complained because
Yes.
of that.
And I've noticed when people who don't watch soccer, the first thing they say about soccer is they flop.
And it's
And you know
because
what?
of they
It's
don't,
true. I hate to admit it, but it's true. like,
because they don't punish.
come on,
people.
exactly. They
Yeah.
monitor it, like
And they're allowing them to do this, so this kind
Exactly.
of gives them the
They should be-
sport
It's
a
a
bad
bad.
image.
It's horrible.
Yeah, it kind of gives it a bad image, and it kind of reinforces the idea of non-soccer fans.
right.
Exactly.
Well, I
So
think
we don't do anything about it.
if you
Yeah.
want to make the sport more popular in countries and places where it's not popular, I think the biggest thing to make it more popular is to change
stop the
this.
flopping.
You need to punish this more because if not, people that are used to watching like hockey or fucking like American or whatever all this shit,
Yeah.
like they're gonna be like, oh they're not pussies there. I mean I don't watch the sport enough to talk, but like. It
I mean,
seems
like I
to
said
me
in
that
all
they-
sports, but I think soccer is where I think.
I know basketball too.
Yeah, basketball
I know
has some
basketball
sense.
too.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, it's really easy to just punish them.
Yeah,
You know?
yellow card or
and it
something.
comes
But
down
I
to the
know
ref.
in those other sports they at least fine you with a hefty fine for flopping.
That'd be beautiful. They
But
Neymar should have been fined $5 million
You know what?
for his
Fine them and punish them. Give them a card.
Yeah.
Give them a red card if you have to. And
Shit,
I
for
guarantee
the
you,
next game, I'll go see.
Yeah,
Especially
yeah.
in the World
Be-
Cup, that's
yeah.
a huge deal.
because they're
Yeah.
not like
It is.
if you don't punish them, they're gonna keep doing it forever. You know?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
There's no.
They're gonna try to get away with it as much as they can, and it's become a strategy to,
It's
to
a
kill
tactic.
time,
It's a tactic.
to
Absolutely.
frustrate
Yeah.
teams.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes
To-
not even during a play. Sometimes they'll just be walking and someone just complains like, "Why would you do?" And they just drop them
Like
down.
Yeah,
Pepe,
like Pepe, like
Try to
Pepe.
throw you off and break your concentration.
Pepe,
Yeah.
like they literally touched him, he fucking fell like
It's like,
like a bus hit him. I'm like, what do you?
Like I'm all
have
for
no
strategy, right? I'm all for okay,
And
slowing,
I
time
hear-
down. Yeah, but I'm saying not using flopping. That's not really strategy. That's more like being dirty, a
Yeah,
dirty
but
cheat.
don't the players feel embarrassed?
No, they don't. I see.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
learned this.
Yeah,
Give
they
them
don't.
the fuck.
They don't.
Give
I
them
always
the
feel
fuck.
embarrassed to do that.
Now when these guys are millionaires, Jerry, and
Yeah.
they're
Well,
living
here's
their
the-
life.
here's the thing.
They say that they're setting a bad example. For
Here's the
future
thing. I
generations.
understand that they want to
Yeah.
win at all costs. I respect that. But at what point are you gonna lose your dignity to that you don't care to win? You I don't know. To me, like
And this isn't the first time a Brazilian has done this.
No,
Remember Rivaldo?
no,
Yeah, all of them. All of them. And this-
Fucking hits him in the thigh.
It's not just Brazilian.
This has been and it's not
I
just
mean, it
Brazilian.
happens.
yeah.
It happens in all over the
This
world.
has been a long-term problem.
But
for a
it's a tactic
for
that
a
is
long time.
You know, a lot of strikers. It's like their specialty, and a lot of
Like we can go back in time. There's been players that have built a legacy of flopping. Klinsmann, Robin. Yeah, there's plenty of players, bro.
Ronaldo.
Luis Suarez. Luisito Suarez is one of the worst
Luis
floppers
Suarez too, man.
Yeah.
in the
I mean,
planet.
as Barcelona fans,
Busquets.
You know, I love Luisito
we would
Suarez.
say, Suarez, Busquets, Ronaldo,
Busquets,
Marcelo.
yeah.
These
Dude,
guys are all known for
But
flopping.
Suarez, bro, Suarez has a particular like skill. Like this motherfucker, like I swear, every time I see him flop, I'm like,
Flopping or biting?
But
He's the only biter.
He he's cut down to the biting. Now in the flopping is a
now.
new thing. Flopping is a
Yeah.
new trend now. Like you know.
Yeah, man, but.
But yeah, I think VAR has to work on that, and I'm surprised in the World Cup it hasn't really.
But do you think it has been a success so far?
Yeah,
I
I like it.
Yeah,
I like
it's
it.
definitely
I like
It's
it.
a good
Start.
start.
You know, like I said, coming back to the topic, I think VAR will impress me the most when they catch people that flop like that.
They still
And when they
said,
tell refs, like you see it a lot in the Premier League, you know, like they don't fuck around. Like you
Yeah.
fucking fuck, get the fuck up, you know, like
Yeah.
it should be more like that.
And like you said, it also kills the game. It stops
It
the
slows it
game.
down, yeah.
Kills the flow of the game.
And also, you don't know who really gets hurt half the time, because you think everybody's a fucking flopper.
Right.
You can't trust nobody in this motherfucker. It's
Yeah.
um.
I mean, FIFA. I mean, this is not gonna be the last revision of VAR. Like they've already been open and said we're gonna fix it, and we're still experimenting with it. But I'm happy that they're giving it a try. You know.
No, definitely, it's a
Yeah.
step in the right direction.
Because we were saying this like what 8 years ago. Because I remember what was the thing that started this argument when England didn't get that goal against
First, I
Germany.
started with the goal line technology.
Yeah, well, it was goal line
And then
technology, and then with the VAR.
2014 comes in. There was just so much controversy.
Yeah.
It's like
I mean, we kind of complain about FIFA being behind the times, so at least they're being very proactive
Yeah.
going forward and like
I mean,
saying
I
we're open
don't
to
think
change.
I don't think we should. I don't want to take it to the point like American football where like every play is
No,
like,
no, no, no.
calculated
Yeah.
and fuck because then it's boring, you know.
But you see how
But
I
in
mean, the
certain
most
moments-
important ones, it's gonna be like who gets sent off. Is it a
Yeah.
penalty,
Because that's the
not a
difference
penalty?
between like
I mean, you're
you
not gonna
win
stop for
a World
like,
Cup or not.
every
Yeah.
throw in.
But you
or-
see how fast,
or-
much more fast paced the game is now because it's like so much more fast, physical. It's just like you gotta need
yeah.
something
Yeah.
like VAR too,
And
especially because now we see like more penalties, more offside stuff, like more stuff
it
being
makes it
decided like in
makes
such
it more
big games.
it makes it more interesting.
So it kind of
Yeah.
like makes
I
VAR
you know
more
I don't
important.
notice it doesn't it adds more since players can go more out now more all in. Because
Yeah.
you know they're gonna catch that foul or
True.
whatever in
That's
the
true.
box.
And we could avoid more controversy. Like, hopefully, I want to say we won't get no more no era penals
Yeah.
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
I think even then
It's always gonna
We've had
happen.
a few of those I think in the World Cup.
And this one,
Like penalties
yeah.
that probably weren't. What's one? Can you guys think of one? A penalty that wasn't probably a penalty? Or that was a penalty and wasn't given?
Oh, I can think of the one today against England, but we can go on that later. And there's some other ones I can
Okay.
think about.
So what was another moment that surprised you guys?
Who's after Group C?
or team or yeah was
What's in the next group?
Group D. Group D. That was like.
Argentina. And
That was your group, right?
Yeah.
Croatia,
Oh,
Nigeria, Hyacinth.
well the
Let's talk about
Where do we
Argentina.
want to start off with you?
Yeah, do you guys want to start with Argentina? Let's
You guys on the bright
Oh,
side
so-
or a negative
Argentina,
side?
Argentina surprised me. I'm surprised how shitty they fucking I'm in shock. I didn't expect much from them, but I am surprised how unprepared they came for this fucking
Pointing
World Cup.
team, man.
Fuck them.
Horrible.
Horrible.
What can I say? I said so many bad words already. About the fucking team, man.
Are you even sad about it? Are you even mad
Yeah,
about it?
you're in a chair, man.
I'm not. I mean, the way they've been playing before the World Cup, I wasn't expecting much.
Yeah, I think we
Losing
both
3
we
finals.
both knew that we stepped in the with the wrong foot already. But did you think they were gonna be this shitty?
Not against Iceland. At least not against Iceland. Come on.
I guess anybody, bro.
Come
Like,
on,
get
man.
the fuck out of here.
Croatia destroyed us.
Croatia was a big surprise. This time.
Croatia, I mean,
Croatia's been
Caballero, don't get me started.
Oh
Caballero,
my
dear
god, the flop of the flops. That fucking
That was Pensando, man.
bro. I don't know what the fuck he was. I don't think he was thinking when he did that. When he kicked that ball.
No, he wasn't thinking. The whole team. And then they play so slow, Argentina. I call him left to right style. All they play left to the right to the left. That's all they do. They're not vertical
and back.
They're so slow.
Left, right, back.
No
back,
ideas.
Crossing the ball.
Inaccurate passing.
Horrible crosses, by the
Shitty
way.
Horrible,
passes,
disgusting
horrible
crosses.
passes. And you know what? I think Argentina, they've had a lot of problems. There's a lot more than just the players playing bad. There's a lot of different things that have led to this moment. But there's no excuse. We have some of the best players in the world, and they can't make a fucking cross. They can't stop the Higuain. He could barely fucking stop the ball. I don't understand.
Higuain.
Maria, who's so
Di
good
Maria, what the
crossing,
fuck
good
happened to
at-
this
Yeah.
man? I mean,
He made a golazo.
he made a last goal against France.
That's it.
But that's
And
it.
which shocked the whole fucking world 10
Yes.
times over. I was in shock when he did that goal.
believe it.
And,
We'll
well,
get to that later.
respect to him for
Yeah.
that, but my God, the
And that
underwhelming.
defense. That defense.
Oh, that defense.
Oh my lord.
Well, can we say maybe probably the worst defense of the World Cup, or Saudi Arabia? Which one was worse? I don't know.
Well, I mean, in terms
Panama's.
of like paper and just like
Yeah.
who you are.
In terms of
I think
names,
Argentina's defense.
in terms of names, it's pretty disappointing.
it's
When you read
I-
the names of the back, it's like, how is it you fuck up so bad?
I mean, the only
I'm
one I know
sorry.
who can think is his form is Otamendi. I mean, Rojo and doesn't really play with
yeah,
Manu at all.
but I
And
mean, like,
Caballeros doesn't play with Man City or Chelsea. He's in Chelsea now.
I think Argentina, even leading up to this World Cup. Well, first
Yeah,
off,
they're doing horrible.
it's unbelievable. Like I said, if you guys kept up with the qualifiers, that they even got to the World Cup.
Yeah.
Because they were playing horrible even before.
Yeah.
Horrible. It's funny because
Yeah,
if Messi didn't play against Ecuador,
They wouldn't play World
this
Cup.
They wouldn't
motherfucking
have
team
done
would not have made it to the World Cup.
Yeah.
In I don't know how many years. When's the last time we did?
I don't know.
Yes,
would've
was
been- it would've been-
Suspended.
Like 40,
Yes,
50
it
years
was
still.
suspended
Yeah.
for a couple of games, and they managed to.
Yeah, that 3-game
Messi,
suspension.
Messi had not a very good World Cup.
Let's talk about Messi. I think
Messi
It's
didn't
an
have a World
important
Cup.
Messi.
I don't know why.
What happened to Messi? Is this his fault? Is it Sampaoli's fault? Whose fucking fault is it? Argentina went to fuck itself.
He shares the responsibility, but
I think Messi is
it's
part of the responsible.
it's fucked up making him like the
Yeah.
complete
He's not the
scapegoat.
only. He's not the scapegoat.
can't
It's
just-
not right
He's-
making him
he's
a
not
scapegoat, you know. But
He was man marked by 3 to 5 people.
And
throughout
he
the whole
didn't look
entire
he didn't look
game.
like
yeah,
But
He
Messi,
looked like
Messi,
Messi.
he
He
didn't
looked like
look.
somebody
He
else.
didn't look very
he
inspired.
didn't look inspired.
The only time he looked inspired was in the Nigeria game.
Yeah.
In the Nigeria game.
But the
he
other
looked
games, I've never
himself.
seen Messi like that. He was like a different person. And I don't know if it's internal
Against
problems.
Croatia, he made me want to almost fucking
Maybe
cry.
maybe he saw that his team was such shit. He had no faith.
No.
He's like, oh, I'm playing with a bunch of
Yeah.
idiots. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna try.
Yeah.
and I think that's one of the rare
Because
times
Messi
that
wasn't going all out.
Yeah.
He wasn't going all out. It was just he didn't look there.
And that's the thing. Like,
You know.
was it?
So
it
I don't
him?
know. I don't know.
Should he have done more?
I think that
I mean, was it Sampaoli's lineup that?
the whole thing was a mess.
Yeah.
Just from
Chaotic.
the way. Wait, forget they qualified because they qualified. That's all that mattered.
Yeah.
But I think from the moment they picked the 23-man list to the starting 11, that because it seemed like he rotated the starting 11 every all 3
Yeah.
games.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's been Caballero since he
He
became
had a
coach.
different lineup, I think, every game. Like
That's been
he never.
Sampaoli.
There's never been
The
a
players
solid
that he
lineup.
picked and the players that he left out.
Yes.
It just seemed like a complete. Like it seemed like he was purposely trying to throw Argentina's chances
Yeah.
to win the World Cup.
Yeah.
I mean, the list
I'm
goes
telling you,
so
Chile bought him out, bro. Chile fucking bought this motherfucker.
Yeah. Dude.
And this is a guy that I rated highly from Sevilla.
Yeah.
I think.
He
Well,
won stuff with
I
Chile.
think-
He will comes to Argentina.
I think everybody's very. I know. I was pretty excited on
Clueless.
San Pablo, and I was like, dude, we're probably gonna win something.
I thought so too.
Yeah, I mean,
But you
I thought so too.
we didn't win a game with. I think the only one was the Ecuador game, or how many? We lost basically all the
I
games.
think we beat Brazil.
When did he come in? He came in against Peru, right? And you guys drew that one.
I mean, but we almost fucking didn't make it because of
Yeah.
the guy. I mean, I don't know. I don't know
what to say.
if the team at that point was already done, but no, I don't. I think he's definitely a big part of the fault. Sampo.
But
I mean, a lot of his squad decisions. I mean, Di Maria didn't have a good World Cup at all. I mean, he kept starting to do it some certain
You
games.
could argue he was the
Leaving
worst
Dybala
one.
off the bench, only playing what, half an hour,
Yeah,
maybe less than that.
Dybala. You have Dybala on the
Yeah.
bench.
And then I think even he was considering leaving Dybala out of the World Cup.
Yes,
Yeah,
which
he
I
got
don't
his
You know
understand.
how fucking stupid do you have to be? You have Dybala, one of the top goal scorers in Serie A.
Yeah.
Top starter for Juventus.
Definitely a good prospect for Argentina.
He's played Champions League. Yeah, he's the future of Argentina in a lot
He's
of
their
ways.
best player.
Yeah, and
One of the new up and coming players in the world.
yeah,
You know.
and you don't sign
And
him.
he's just
He's
there
not.
sitting-
He's not.
sitting
He's like
down.
you're just sitting down.
He
and
went to
saying-
the spectate.
Yeah.
I don't
like-
understand that. To me, there's no excuse for that.
It's like to me that I was telling him before we started rolling. Is that it's like if France takes Mbappe and he's on the sidelines. You have this kid.
Yeah.
He's 19 years old. You can tell he's gonna do things when he gets older, and he's on the bench.
Well, see, that's the
That
difference.
to me is similar.
That's
You
the
know.
difference with like France,
Even though
for
they play different
example.
positions.
They're playing their youth.
Exactly.
Antoine Griezmann is
And
playing.
they
Mbappe
you know
is
what?
playing.
They have faith in their youth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was
they
it
put him.
the kid that made the goal against Argentina, the ridiculous fucking goal?
What?
Balad? How old is
Oh
he?
yeah.
How old is he?
He's young though.
Dude, that was a golazo.
Yeah, he's
dude.
playing.
And they got N'Golo Kante.
And another thing.
Dybala is like what?
Another thing. Since they're playing, it gives them confidence because they know the coach believes in them.
Well, it's also good
Dybala
for,
is sitting down. He probably thinks
it's
this
also
fucker.
it's also good for the future of
And it's
Argentina.
not
Yeah.
like he's like not an established player. Dybala's a hell of an established player.
Exactly,
Starting
exactly.
with-
I
He's
know,
not just
it's
any
not like
guy.
he's just
He's not some
any-
kid. He's proven himself
And
already.
plus, how old is he now? Like he's like, what,
24?
20?
He's not even that young because he's in
That's
his
what I'm saying.
20s.
So
Right.
when is Argentina gonna play him?
And he's
Next
not like
World
the
Cup-
only player you guys left out too.
I mean, you guys left out
Icardi,
Icardi and Pastore.
Icardi is
Pastore.
Dude,
I've been for years. I've been saying Pastore. I love Pastore.
They don't even mention
He's
Pastore
there,
anymore.
just
Like he's just a
save-
forgotten player.
Such a
And
great
midfield,
player.
Argentina had this World Cup. Se vieron bien lentos, man. They
Yeah,
were really
dude.
slow. They
And Pastore is a player that brings touch.
Yeah.
You know, good control.
Control.
of
Pastore
ball.
that he plays
That's
with
what Argentina
Neymar.
needs.
He plays with Mbappe. He
He's
plays
good
with
with the
Cavani.
ball,
He
making
plays-
decisions, putting the pass in at the right place at
what's
the right
the
time.
other player that
There's one player that I like.
From
Atletico?
Sevilla.
no, what's his name?
Atletico. What are we talking about?
Atletico.
Correa.
Angel Correa?
Correa,
Yeah.
the young guy. He's
Yeah.
so good. He's
That guy's
amazing.
beast.
He didn't go.
He didn't,
Yeah.
he didn't take him.
That kid he's very good.
When he plays against, like when I see him playing against Barca, like he makes like a,
Yeah.
he gives us like hard time every time. He should be playing.
Yeah.
Another player I think is good. Well, I've seen him in PSG. I think he's pretty good midfielder. Is Lo Celso.
Lo Celso.
I've
Yeah.
seen good things about him.
He didn't
and
play,
I thought
did he? Or did
He didn't play one
He
minute.
didn't play. He did. They were saying in the Argentinian press,
Yeah.
put Lo Celso.
I don't know.
What the fuck, bro?
I mean,
what can I say?
with
What
Argentina,
can I
we
say?
could talk about days for them, but
They didn't put Lo Celso, but they put Biglia on.
Big and
Defensive midfielders. But you
Yeah.
gotta realize, like, I'm thinking, okay, you have Messi, you have someone that's creative, but you see in Barca why he excels. Because he has other midfielders that kind of help him contribute, touch the
Exactly.
ball with him, pass it, or
Exactly.
open up for
they
him.
have ideas. They
Well,
run.
Argentina doesn't do that.
Messi is
Yeah.
a European style player. He grew up in Europe. He grew up
Yes, true.
in Spain. You know,
I mean, we should
so
do-
you need to try to emulate that the best you can.
But the thing is, Sampaoli had the players for that.
Oh no, I know.
He could have put those type of
Argentina
players.
has
but it's like,
talent.
who
but
am I
it's
gonna
just-
put around Messi? Oh, I'll put
Mesa.
Mesa.
I put Mesa.
I'll put Biglia.
I know.
Yeah,
like,
we
Biglia,
like-
how many years we have fucking Biglia? You know, I'm sorry, but you know, it gets to a point where like, you know, you can't.
Yeah, you
even-
had Dybala, kid that playmaker. He has the skill, the talent. He shoots very well from far. Sitting down on the bench, drinking Powerade. Fuck out of here, man. Horrible, dude.
Like honestly, like you can make a whole episode in itself. on
Yeah,
Argentina.
yeah.
We could.
I know with you guys.
Maybe we
We should
will.
move on.
Wait, we'll move
Yeah.
on. Maybe we'll make another episode about that. But,
Croatia.
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 For now, I think they had an incredible start to the World Cup.
I think they're doing really well. I want to see them do even better.
They're solid.
They're my current go-to European team.
Yeah.
I'm going for Croatia.
They definitely got probably one of the best midfielders in this World Cup.
Definitely.
They do.
Yeah.
Solid.
Modric has been beasting it up. Rakitic has been
Modric,
beasting it up.
Rakitic,
Rebic.
Kovacic,
They've all been playing really good.
Very bad.
Perisic.
Yeah,
They seem
Yeah,
a little bit
the
more.
goalkeeping against Denmark, which actually both goalkeepers were very good.
Yeah.
They were pretty
Those
good.
Pretty
penalties
solid.
were.
Yeah.
That was one of the best PK shots.
Yeah, those
Yeah,
those
I've
two
seen.
goalkeepers were amazing. You have to give it to
Even
them.
their
Yeah.
backup goalkeeper
I think they had the
a
best
pretty good
performance in
game.
the World Cup.
Even their backup keeper had a good game against Iceland when they
Yeah.
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 pretty much kept Iceland off bay.
Yeah.
This is the best Croatia I've ever seen in my life, I think.
Yeah, well, I think it's a
Oh,
great generation, and I think
They're definitely all their big.
Yeah.
This is definitely one of the dark
They
horse
got a
teams.
chance. They got a
It's definitely
chance.
one of
Yeah.
the best. This is the best and
Yeah.
probably their last chance to do
I would
something.
love to see him
And
get
it's
to
not
that.
long overdue for them.
Nigeria played pretty good.
The
But
youngest
they-
team in the World
They
Cup.
had the dopest jerseys.
They had the dopest jersey
Yeah.
in the tournament.
They
It was
do.
clean
They
as
do.
fuck,
Yeah.
but,
That's the only thing that I'm
I
saying.
heard they
about
sold out when they came out. They sold
30
out.
minutes.
Yeah, they
As soon as they
yeah.
went on the Nike store.
I
they
should have
got
bought
sold
one. I
out.
could probably sell for a lot of money, but
so Nigeria played pretty good. What's the name?
Iceland.
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 Iceland. They
They're-
you know
That was a group
They,
where there was a lot of
they
teams.
came, they busted balls.
Yeah.
They did their
Yeah.
job, and
Yeah.
respect to them. I mean, they.
That was a group. If you
The
think
first
about it,
World
there
Cup.
was like a lot of teams that could have been dark horses, or could have been teams that any neutral fan would have voted for, like Nigeria with the jerseys, Iceland because of the Viking flag.
Yeah,
Remember
yeah.
what they did in Euro 2 years ago?
Yeah.
You know, I wish they would have done better. Croatia too, because you know they're a cool team. A lot of players.
Have a lot of good players.
Yeah, they have a
Play
lot
for
of great
big
players,
clubs.
but yeah, man, sad to see Iceland. I mean, it's just the way it is, man. That's just how the group was. You know,
Yeah.
only two of them could make it. Thankfully, Argentina made it. You know, it was a miracle, but they made it.
by
and
France.
They didn't.
Well, I mean,
It didn't turn
we
out
gave
to
him a
do
fight.
anything.
We gave him a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They gave you one of the most memorable moments.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Rojo goal.
The what?
Almost could have done it. I thought they had.
Yeah, the defense. Once again, going back to defense, you know,
Yeah.
the attack did their job. They scored 3 goals against
Yeah.
France. I mean, it's no easy task to score 3 goals in France.
I think that was one of the
If the
crazy.
defense would have been solid, I think
Yeah.
we would have beat France.
We'll get
But
to the knockout soon.
okay, next group. Fuck Argentina. Fuck Argentina.
What's another group?
Brazil's.
Well, I think Brazil. There's not much to talk about. I mean, they've
Brazil,
been
to me personally,
doing
has been
bad. They have been.
the best team of the World Cup.
I think that
Them,
He has definitely been one of the best players for
You
Brazil.
know,
they've done their job.
them and Belgium. Okay,
Sorry,
but Brazil,
Brazil.
yeah, Brazil.
They are definitely contenders to win.
They're getting better and better as they're moving on.
Yeah.
And who else was that?
Um,
Switzerland, Serbia, and
Switzerland.
Switzerland, my
Serbia,
respects. I think
Serbia.
they had a great World Cup. I think they were solid. Great team.
Yep.
Really hope I had a little bit better hopes for this.
Yeah.
This World Cup. Costa Rica.
Costa
Yeah.
Rica.
Costa Rica underperformed. I think we were expecting the same Costa Rica from last time.
Yeah,
It's a lot
but
to expect from
realistically,
that.
they were never
Yeah.
gonna do that.
Yeah.
though.
But
you expecting, you know.
But at least
a
if
little
you
bit
saw
more.
the games, they actually didn't seem that intimidated when they
Yeah.
went up against.
well, you know what? We
Brazil.
can give them that they came back
Yeah.
because they could easily not come. Come
I feel
out.
like what
Oh, yeah.
happened to them 4
So,
years ago kind of
yeah.
gave him that experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I saw the games. They
Are
were-
we gonna see them more now? Costa Rica.
I think so.
Hopefully.
They're
I think
intensely defensive.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't win.
They almost
all
pulled a
the
defensive masterclass against Brazil.
Hasta el último
Like-
minuto.
They did really well.
And then
like-
they only lost to Serbia
Yeah.
off one goal off a freaking golazo.
A free kick against Color. So it was really a case of bad luck, you know. Like
Yeah.
a couple of these teams had in the group, and like you said in Brazil, I'm happy that they're kind of rediscovering their identity again because it just feels like
You're seeing a lot of.
the way they're
Well,
playing.
Yeah.
They feel like a Brazilian team again.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Again, it's
Yeah,
like that
feels
Brazil.
You
that.
get
we
that
always-
aura of
Yeah,
Brazil that
we
we
kind
all
of sense
all
that now.
seen
Before
before. Yeah.
Bonito back.
Which is something.
Which is fucking scary. I'm
Yeah.
And with the talent that they have,
Well, you know the thing about Brazil, they look confident.
yes.
They
I don't
do.
think there's a team that looks that confident in the World Cup.
Yeah, I
Brazil
agree.
does.
They are the most
Brazil's
confident
a,
team.
when you see Neymar,
Coutinho.
let's go,
Take
you know,
away the
like,
flops,
like they're
they're
doing the
laughing,
flops,
yeah.
but they're having fun. They're having
Yeah,
fun.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
flopping, they're jumping, they're dancing. They don't give a fuck. They're like, hey, we're everybody.
Hey, but you know what? That can win your World Cup. Just that.
Well,
Having that
yeah,
confidence.
it's that. It's
When you
that,
have that talent, that confidence that you put
I
together,
don't think
You
there's
put
a
it
team.
together, yeah.
that's a great recipe for
Well,
success.
Argentina had confidence. right?
Yeah, great
I don't know if
confidence.
Gonzalez también, man. That
Who?
goleada that they're under motivated, man. I mean, that
They're definitely
what
trying to
happened with
redeem
Germany
themselves.
against 4 years ago.
Yeah.
They're definitely trying to redeem themselves.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
this
that's
time they
true.
finally
Oh,
brought
yeah.
a good squad to
And you
back
know,
it up.
I was hoping to see Germany, Brazil, because I think Brazil would have beat Germany, but you know.
I kind of did want to see that too.
Oh,
Speaking
what about
of
Serbia?
Germany-
What about
Serbia,
Serbia?
they had a good game against Switzerland, but they
There was like another team that.
well, Kolarov made a dope ass
Yeah.
free kick.
Yeah.
That was one
There
of
were
the-
like another team. I don't know if this was their World Cup debut, but they were like one of the
it's
newer.
not.
No, they played.
No.
We played them last
They
World
haven't
Cup.
been. The last time was 2010.
No?
Yeah.
Who did we play last World Cup?
Who?
Argentina.
And
Wasn't it Serbia? In the first
You guys had Nigeria
No,
in the group
Nigeria.
last. Iran
Iran and
and
Serbia, no?
No, Serbia didn't. So last World Cup they won was 2010.
Who we play?
Bosnia.
Bosnia.
Bosnia,
Yeah.
yeah.
Bosnia.
But I mean, Serbia they were
I mean, they had one hell of a game against
they-
Switzerland.
Yeah, that was the best performance against
they
Switzerland.
they gave a good performance. I thought they were gonna pass
Yeah.
over Switzerland, but
Switzerland's another good team that
They're pretty
they've always
consistent.
been in like a couple of World Cups, but
They're
they
six-
haven't done bad, but they
they're
haven't
sixth in the
done
world,
great.
I mean, they went
Either.
into round of 16 against you guys, right?
They get a hard
they
time.
knocked out Italy,
Hard
didn't
time.
they?
They were in the group stage with Portugal in the World Cup. Sweden knocked out Italy in the
Oh.
playoff.
It was
But
Sweden?
they
Yeah, it was
qualified.
Sweden.
They won all their games except the last one against Portugal.
Okay.
But they pretty good in qualifying. They're pretty solid. They won repechaje. They qualified. I mean, they're like a consistent team.
Yeah,
Past World Cups.
they're not a Guillermo stream. I think that's a good way of putting it. Like, there's a couple of these teams like that too. Like, they don't like sell in one area. I wouldn't say they're great in one area, but they're balanced.
Mhm.
And I think you can go a long way too, being a balanced team. And they definitely have like one or two players that stand out too. Like Xhaka, we all know how good he is, and Shaqiri, pace demon, that
Yeah.
little tiny little midget man,
Little buff.
buff midget. bro.
What's the next group?
That wasn't nice.
Alemania, Mexico, Sweden, South Korea.
Was this the team of death?
It was supposed to be.
Group of death.
Well, I think only one team really got the biggest death of all of them. Which I think, okay, let's not start with that. Let's start with. Well, you know, yeah, we should.
The
'cause that
biggest
was first
shock
game,
of
right?
the tournament so far. That I
Yes.
really
Let's start with the
see.
Mexico-Germany game.
Yeah. let's start with
Mexico
that.
had a phenomenal performance.
Mexico, I
It
think
was incredible.
they shocked the world over. when
Especially
they
that
beat
first
Germany.
half. That first half of Mexico was one of the best I've seen them play in my whole life.
Yeah, I think so.
And if they would have played like that, their other games, they would still be in the World Cup. But they.
It was definitely just a shout to the world. Like when I saw that game, it makes me think that Rocky IV movie when Rocky
yeah,
knocked
exactly.
out when he
Exactly.
hit Drago's arm and then
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
see, you made him bleed.
Exactly,
You hurt him.
dude.
See, he's
Yeah,
not a machine.
yeah.
He's a man.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what everybody saw in Germany.
Exactly. And Mexico,
Yeah.
and Mexico played like I wanted to
Well,
play.
you know what?
I remember when the
What
game
makes-
started, bro. I remember Mexico made this ridiculous play. It was like 5 touches. They were already in front of Neuer.
Well, it's like
That's how they had to play.
well,
That's
you
how
know
they
what
did.
Mexico did? They showed the world that you have to play without fear, especially against teams like
No
Germany,
matter the opponent.
against Brazil. You know the big teams.
Contragolpearon
You know,
como sin-
Yeah.
because Mexico for years, you know, like they've had that inhibition against these teams. You know,
Yeah.
they're like, no, this time, no, fuck
You
that.
know
We're
what?
gonna go all
They
out.
have a good squad.
No,
they
it's
have
a
good
squad.
players.
It's a
Yeah.
good squad.
I mean,
So
definitely
if-
one of the most talented.
They
squads
just
we
need more
had.
confidence.
Long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, I think it's one of the most solid Mexico squads I've seen in a long time, if not ever. From back,
Oh, no, I think so.
Yeah.
and it just.
I mean,
Salgado,
I don't
Achá,
think a
Achá,
Mexico team.
Valenzuela, Chucky Lozano.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
was a
think
good squad.
a Mexico squad has given me that hope in any other tournament. This time they were like,
Yeah.
wow, they're.
You know, when I saw that Germany Mexico game, I was thinking to myself too, because I think I mentioned it to you guys. But like the way I saw them play, it was crazy because the way they played them is the way I thought Germany would play Mexico. Because I
Exactly.
see how Mexico plays, right?
it's like they reversed the role.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
counter. You went straight at them, direct, long balls, speed
Fast.
from the wings,
One touches.
from the front,
Yeah.
trying to dribble at them, break the defenses, trying to make the
All the
center back
passes
sweat.
were vertical.
That's how I would think Germany would play, and it was Mexico doing this. So it's like you gotta commend them for that too.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's also why it's so surprising why, and not just the game against Mexico, why Germany didn't play like that, because it was just so bizarre to me. But yeah, I mean
They went all out. They really just kind of.
they only showed up. Yeah.
Against us. I mean, Kimmich was all up in attack, pretty much forgetting to defend. They left pretty much Boateng and Hummels there.
Yeah.
Mexico, aprovechó. I mean, they play long ball, pacey, and then counter-attacked them. I mean, we were more clinical. We could have scored more goals, but
I think
That's
Mexico-
You
the
guys
scary
could score
part.
like
That's the
10,000
scary
goals.
part.
Yeah, it could have
Eso
been like
podría
5-0,
ser goleada.
yeah.
Yeah, it could have been 5-0. That would have been incredible.
Eso podía ser una goleada.
But
I think Mexico overall they did really good in the group. They kind of dropped the ball against Sweden,
definitely.
but they did
That
good
was-
against South Korea.
I did say one.
Sweden was
I think beating Germany got to
Solid.
their heads.
This group
a little
was
bit.
definitely just like a headache, man. It
Yeah.
makes you like anybody's hard
Yeah.
efforts
Yeah.
is basically
I
didn't mean
think-
until the last
I
game.
think Sweden has been a headache for everybody.
I think-
It's one of those teams that
Yeah.
just.
I mean,
But they've been so solid. I have to give it to them.
they,
They've been
they started
solid.
off with the win.
And
against
they,
South
they don't
Korea.
give up. They don't give up. They'll
Oh,
keep
PK.
going at you, you know. And they have the height, and
And that's it without
Yeah.
Zlatan.
they almost beat Germany, you know.
I think this group in itself was the craziest
Yes.
group out of all.
it was
of us.
unexpected. I mean, from so many.
And then what about
Because-
South Korea?
South Korea,
They
man.
went out fighting, bro.
They-
That's
They
incredible.
went out fighting, man.
That's incredible.
Shout out to South Korea, dude.
Incredible.
All the South Korean homies, you know, like
Thank
Todos
you.
somos
Thank you.
coreanos.
Thank you.
Uh,
That was incredible. I have to give it to them.
South Korea, I think they did one of the biggest upsets in the world. And with that said, I think we have to talk about Germany. And I think Germany, considering what Germany represents to the sport,
Who they
we need to
are.
go hard on them because this.
Yeah.
Go all in, bro.
I
Go
mean,
I can't imagine the German
I mean,
media.
am I just gonna say it? And I'm with Germany with Argentina.
You waited for us to say it.
They
Say it.
both fucked up. They both fucked up. I think both these teams came really underprepared for this World Cup. I think they took the wrong squads in a lot of ways. And
Well,
I think they were. They
this
didn't.
is- this
Well, I
is
mean, maybe
more-
Germany.
I don't know about
Argentina.
Germany.
Well, maybe not Germany.
Germany.
This is a little more different than Argentina, though. I mean, Argentina barely.
Yeah.
Who's
Because
that?
Germany,
You're right,
on
okay.
the other hand, has been
Germany qualified. I've seen it.
steamrolled, man.
Germany
But,
with their
okay,
eyes
but here's the
closed.
thing. But the reason I put them together, these are the two finalists of the last World Cup.
But here's
Yeah.
the thing. Here's
You
the-
expect them both to be at least come back into this.
At least the group out of
One team
quarterfinals,
didn't make it
that's
out
what
of
you
the
expect
group.
as
The
well.
other one barely made it out of the group and got out of the second round. So yeah, it just tells you again.
But
How crazy this World Cup is.
in sense of
The curse of the
expectation.
world champ, man.
Yeah, I mean they both went
the
to
con-
run
this is
around
the curse
with
of the
the champ.
Confederations Cup.
but Germany, okay. What happened to Germany? I mean, what the fuck?
I don't know.
I
Let
mean-
me, I was so in shock when South
I think
Korea.
all of us were.
I
I
didn't
mean,
know-
it started off with a shock when Mexico beat them after Mexico lost them in the Confederations a year ago. with the
that
beat
was
spot.
shocking, but I thought, you know what? No, Germany's gonna bounce back.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, there's
they
no
thought
way,
they did.
there's
They
no
did
way
against
Germany's
Sweden.
not passing the group stages. Like, that's impossible.
And
There's
then
no
Sweden was beating them, and then you thought to yourself,
And then they were one man down.
oh my god.
With a cross goal, which was amazing.
And then that
That's
Cruz
it.
goal, which that's one of the craziest
Well, that's what that's
moments
the turning
of
point.
the
minute, one man
entire
down.
World Cup.
That was a turning point.
They
That's
put-
that's when they came back.
Now
Yeah.
I expect Germany.
But they didn't come back.
And then comes South Korea. And nobody gave two fucks out.
I know.
And they go
Dude.
and beat them.
Yo,
Not by
I-
one goal, by two goals.
I want to know how
And
many.
it's again with the defensive part of us. I mean, South Korea
Yeah.
were defending with their lives.
Yeah, yeah.
And, then
And the goalie was really good too.
And it comes back like you were saying.
Was defending.
The key to this World Cup is mastering counters and the defense.
Possession
Yeah.
style killed everything.
Yeah, it's done. It's
didn't
not
work.
working. It's not working.
Well, it's
Yeah.
safe to say that South Korea made history.
Absolutely.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think
Germany too.
for them to have
Yeah,
taken
they
out
made- they
on
wrote
that
their-
part.
for them to have taken out the world champions, one of the best
World
teams in the
champions.
history of the sport, the most consistent team in the sport.
Never make
It means
out of the
everything.
group
To me,
stage.
for them, it's everything.
Everything that
I
happened.
think we all
yeah.
should give our deep respect to South Korea because
Yes.
that's something.
Yeah.
Because I was expecting, you know, like
Yeah.
if Germany was to get disqualified, because I thought they were gonna make at least like semifinals for sure, if not the final, if not win it again. But I was thinking like maybe like a Spain would take them out or
Yeah.
a Brazil,
Yeah, France.
France,
France.
you know, a Portugal, you know.
A powerhouse.
It was
but-
fucking South Korea. Like
Yeah.
what? Like that is crazy to me.
Germany's
The
always
biggest
made it
thing
out the
too
group
that,
stage.
that caught me as a surprise is Germany.
It's like the rebels beating the
Yeah.
Ewoks beating
Yeah.
destroying the empire. You know?
That's what it was.
That's what it is. Yeah.
So-
First time Germany's never made out of the group station ever in their history.
Ever.
man.
What was it? Was it their mid?
I mean,
Was
you,
it not taking Sane? I
you
know
can't-
Sane was
you-
a big thing,
you
but
can't really place it on
Even
the
with
squads. I
one
mean,
player.
yeah.
though.
I mean, look, take back the last World Cup, Spain. I mean, they were Spain, but I mean, you can tell Tiki Taka was already kind of, you know, it's.
well, you
it's
can
kinda
tell
already
Germany
done.
they were trying
And
to get
they-
some possession, and I feel like the midfield was a little bit sluggish. Like
They
they
seem
weren't.
off.
but
You know
look-
what they felt? They felt like they were playing slow. They felt like they were actually trying to play that possession style that doesn't
That's
fit
what
them.
happened with Germany. The teams were playing like this have been the ones that suffered. Spain, Germany.
You know, I noticed
Argentina
that,
played
like-
slow. It didn't work out.
Argentina is close to all.
But this Germany
Slow
isn't
play.
like a washed out squad of players.
No,
I mean,
no,
it's
absolutely
not-
not.
it's
No,
not
no.
like Spain or Italy
Yeah.
or what happened in those previous World Cups. This team was built.
Yeah.
You know, they were all in their prime.
They got the
got
young
Toni Kroos,
talent. Yeah.
got
Well,
Timo
dude,
Werner,
you would see
Marco
like the-
Reus, Mark.
You see like the promo pics of like fucking like Cruz and like shit like training like fucking like all crazy like machines.
Yeah.
It worked for fuck all. Like they still got
I mean,
knocked
they didn't
out.
take a little sign up. I mean,
It shows you
even
how-
then they
Yeah.
still
But
had
honestly,
talented squad
honestly,
to
they,
make it that
they,
far.
they didn't need him. You know, they didn't.
I
Need
mean, they had
yeah.
just enough talent.
They had
to
enough
do
talent.
I think
So,
Sane.
I mean, he definitely would have been a big
I
addition.
think
Of
Sane-
course,
Of
easy to use
especially
Sane
for the
though.
tournament.
Yeah.
No, I
But-
think
but-
Sane would have helped the team.
Yeah.
Because it shows.
But it's so
they,
easy to fall back on
They
Sane.
needed that speed, but that's not.
But this is
it's
Germany.
Not enough.
Exactly.
Germany's that
Germany,
type of team where even if you don't take someone as unbelievable as Son has been, they're just that good that
Well, you
they
have-
can kind of get
Look
away
what
with
happened in the
it.
World
You
Cup.
have the
Götze
squad.
scored the winning goal. Sure was a phenomenal player for Germany that World
Yeah.
Cup, and they didn't need them.
They
to
didn't
make it.
take them.
Yeah.
That's how good they are. They
Yeah, that's how deep their
Yeah.
squad is. Man,
And I don't
man.
think you can say that about any other national team but Germany. That's just how ridiculous they are. Which also adds how surprising it is that they went out the way they went out.
Yeah.
And how bad they were playing because they played slow. They didn't play nowhere near how I would they seemed unrecognizable. and all the chances that they missed too, because it just seemed like they were clinical.
I
It
also
was
feel
just-
like there was some luck in it because they had a lot of shots, especially like against the Sweden game.
No South Korea game.
You know,
Exactly.
the only time Germany was
Like-
playing like
like-
Germany when they were losing, because
When they were pressured, when they were in the last moments,
Mexico was beating them.
they played the best in the last moments of the game.
Yeah,
of
like
each
the
game.
last 30 minutes.
That's
against
when they were
Mexico.
pressing out.
That's when they were actually
The
starting to play
urgency
like that.
came in. Yeah.
The last 30 minutes against Sweden, but for some reason, like they didn't do that from the get go, and
Well, I think
I don't know. It's really hard.
it shows you how crazy the World Cup is. That nobody is safe. It doesn't matter what you did in the past. Like
It's weird. For me, personally, it's not only the Mexico and South Korea thing is the biggest upsets of this World Cup or the whole Germany. I think just in recent World Cups. Because I don't think in recent World Cups, never, ever have I seen like just someone as dominant as Germany. Especially on paper, just to go out like this.
Yep, never mind.
Like to this day,
Never in my life.
it's
never
it's
seen
still
that.
gonna take me time for
Yeah.
it to sink in.
well, it might never happen again.
That's
we
the
might
thing.
never see that.
No,
the World Cup, I don't think they're gonna get out.
at least we've seen France, Spain do this, but Germany, it's like I always
They've
mention
been
this.
so consistent. In so
Consistency.
many World Cups. I mean,
Ever in their history, always.
Consistency.
Always.
what,
That's something that you put Germany. That's what you label Germany above every other team.
I mean, Germany is such a good team that the only time they didn't play World Cup, I mean, I'm wrong, is because of World War II.
Yeah,
They were kicked out of it, but not because they didn't qualify or anything. That's how good this team is, how consistent they've been.
yeah, but
So
to be
to
honest,
see them go out like that is like, it's weird. It's shocking.
but to be
I
honest,
mean, look at the previous scenario. 2002, they made the final.
Yeah,
2006, they made it semifinal.
Semis.
2010, semis.
2010,
2014, they came champions.
And they
champions.
And this World Cup.
It's incredible. You expect them nothing less, but at least a
at least a
semifinal.
quarter semis.
Oh, yeah.
Not even
Man,
quarters.
outside the Group stage, man.
Semifinal at least.
Semis.
Well, it makes me feel a little bit better because I mean. they
I
did
mean,
last
to be
time.
honest, it's beautiful.
I mean, we were out, but at least we were
It's,
champions.
it's amazing.
I mean, like Argentina, we got knocked out by France, but you know what? At least we made it a little bit further than Germany.
Technically-
Which it might never happen again.
Technically, we had a better World Cup than Germany. so,
Technically,
I'll
yeah.
take
Which
that.
that's a
Yeah, so
rare
did we.
treat.
Yeah.
And so did England, which is a really
You
good
know, they're laughing.
And speaking of England, isn't that the next group? England?
Yeah, is that the next
Belgium?
group?
It's,
England?
no, it's,
No, Colombia. No.
no, it's England, Belgium, right?
It
Yeah,
is-
England, Belgium, because Colombia's the last
Yeah,
one.
England,
Yeah,
Belgium.
England, Belgium, Tunisia,
Tunisia and Panama.
Tunisia and Panama.
Well,
Well-
Panama, we know they came, they did their best, they did their goals.
They only
This
changed-
actually came out the way you expected it came out.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
two top
Yeah.
two
This
teams
was the
came out.
most straightforward group.
Yeah.
This one came out as the way you wanted.
Yeah.
Panama, they had a beautiful story going for them. They're just happy to be
Yeah,
here,
that's respect
even
for that.
though this is where the biased American fan comes in. I mean, y'all should have never been in it because of that phantom
That's where
goal.
you would want El Bar.
Right.
But hopefully you guys enjoyed your trip. But you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But good for them. Fuck you guys anyway.
Maybe back
Sorry.
2026.
But yeah, I mean, good for them. Well,
Belgium, I think, being the
Tunisia,
Yeah, Tunisia.
good African team. They made England sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
stuff.
definitely. And
They made England sweat.
And England, they had a lot of good set pieces. They've been playing pretty good. Overall,
We never thought we'd be saying this.
they haven't
in a
played.
World
They
Cup.
haven't played beautifully.
England playing good.
Yeah, I mean they haven't played
Or
good,
Germany.
beautifully, but
Germany, la Medina.
they've done their job.
España,
Like-
we're all staying.
I know.
We'll get into
England better than Argentina, Germany, and Spain. But you know.
It happens.
Hey, you know what? It's good for them, man.
Good for
You
them.
guys, man.
It's good to see that things are
And
change,
who
you know?
else was in the group?
Belgium.
Belgium.
the best of the group.
And
Amazing.
Belgium, I think, is
The best of the group.
The
A
dark
little bit-
horse team from 4 years ago. They're
Yeah,
not-
dark
really
horse
a
team.
dark horse team no
Yeah.
more.
That is the.
By now, everybody should know who Belgium
Well, I
is.
think
Lukaku,
Yeah.
I-
Hazard, Vertonghen. I mean,
Their favorite.
That team is super stacked.
and that's it. They left 9 goals on their
So,
own.
Yeah.
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 Which they meant, yeah. He should have gone,
He
but
should have gone.
whatever.
But they're doing well.
They're doing
without
well, man.
him.
They're doing
But,
well.
What's another group?
And then
I mean, one thing I
Colombia.
like is that this is the most anticipated game is England, Belgium, and they all put the B squad.
Yeah,
I mean,
but you know,
it's
I-
smart.
yeah,
I
yeah.
understand that.
I
But
know.
you
Yeah.
know, as a fan,
as
you
a
want.
fan, you suck, but as a coach, you know, I understand. It makes sense. I would have done the same
Pero
thing.
mira que le pasó a los dos partidos. They sufrieron.
Yeah, see,
Right.
They
yeah.
benched their best players. And
That-
they
that's
did
true.
For the rest of it, and they
That's
Yeah,
true.
sufrieron.
yeah.
That's
They,
true.
they missed that game and.
Yeah,
It's like their momentum just got low down.
true.
So,
So
how many
the
groups
last
are-
group,
Colombia, Japan,
Colombia,
Poland,
Japan,
Senegal.
Poland,
Senegal.
and Senegal.
That one came out as a surprise, especially the both opening games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta say it for Japan.
I'm
I love
gonna go
Japan,
Japan,
Me
man.
too,
I think
man.
Japan-
The surprise, another surprise of the tournament is Japan.
Japan.
Ganaron a
England.
Colombia.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Partido.
dude.
Senegal
Equal-
beats
equal-
Poland.
And they play good, Japan. They play good. I like
Japan has been they've been playing really.
They
good.
exceeded my expectations.
Yeah, way.
Poland,
Yeah.
on the other hand, is you
Poland was
expect
probably
a lot better.
the poorest of the group. No.
Poland was a little bit
I mean-
underwhelming. Not too good.
I mean, with the players they have, I mean, compared to Japan and Senegal, I mean, they had the top scoring
Yeah.
qualifying in Europe.
Yeah.
But Lewandowski, they had a solid squad,
Yeah.
and you expect them to do a little better than they did.
You know what I saw was funny? Was the other day. They pulled up an old tweet of Lewandowski back in December when they got the groups, because you know they're teammates with him and James and Bayern, and when they found out they were gonna play each other in the group, it's like, hey, hermano, wait till you see all the goals I'm gonna score this summer.
Oh,
And then you fast forward and then you saw he didn't score any goals
Yeah,
in the group
yeah.
of Cup,
Sucks.
which sucks. You know, it's kind of like.
I mean, I think some when you see
Yeah.
players like that, you want them to be set up. No
But I
you know,
think-
it
yeah.
happens. You know, like.
But I think Lewandowski was another one of those guys where it's like he's kind of like a one man team.
Yeah, and
Yeah, it's
His
like
team is
Salah
not-
almost. Like,
I mean,
you know,
he's got solid players. but he's
Poland is
clearly the star.
not. Yeah,
He's
yeah,
clearly a star.
yeah.
Yes.
Poland's not Bayern. Just kind
Right.
of like how we
Exactly,
said
yeah.
Salah's not Liverpool. But
Yeah.
But the
And-
consistency and solid they have, you expect them to do a little
Yeah.
better than they did.
yeah.
you're right.
And Colombia,
Start- yeah.
I mean,
They started off
Colombia.
kind of slow. I mean, they lost to Japan surprisingly to. Most
What
of the
messed
goals.
them up is I think that red card in the first 2 minutes in the penalty, because and the fact that James was in the bench, it already kind of like conditioned them in a little bit where they couldn't get that good head start that they probably should have. Because they actually played better, but you know, then they got tired out when they tied,
Yeah.
and then you know
yeah.
Japan beat them. But I mean that was a
They
big
bounced back
upset.
and
That
they
shook the
against
group.
Poland. I mean,
Yeah.
they pretty much it was a salir para matarse, do or die. And
Yeah.
they definitely came on top.
3 and then the Senegal game, they pulled that off. Yo, and shout out to Yuri Mina, cause
Yeah.
this man was ridiculed, clowned, criticized
Yeah.
in Barca and by everybody.
Not by me.
No, not by you, but by most people.
Yeah, most people were criticizing.
And this man became a hero for Colombia.
He
bro.
became a hero in, well, especially now in the knockout. But we'll talk
Yeah,
about
yeah,
that
we'll
in a
talk
bit.
about that, man.
So I mean, this is barely this
The
is all
most
the,
unlikely
Really
hero
good
for
stage, man.
Colombia.
So the group stages are done, and I
Right.
think we'll cut the video here and we'll do a separate one with a knockout. But this has been a wrap up of the group stages. Anything last words about this? Any regrets with the group stages? Teams that could have made it that you guys wanted to see them pass or nothing?
In the group stages, I mean,
My team
By
passed.
speaking by
My
all
team's-
Germany fans, I'm pretty sure they wanted to see
Yeah.
Germany pass.
Yeah.
True,
yeah.
true.
I mean, I think that'd be it. I mean, fuck it. We'll wrap it up here, and stay tuned for our next one. We're going to talk about the knockout stages. I'm Mitzvah.
Jerry.
I'm Jose.
Lalo.
We'll catch you guys in the next one.